Steve Tiber with 8 Days of Hope. Thank you. 2019 was an amazing year for the volunteers with 8 Days of Hope to love and serve the brokenhearted. Your financial gifts at the end of last year allowed us to open up our national headquarters outside of Tupelo, Mississippi. This 60,000 square foot building houses all of our equipment, our distribution ministry, some of our leaders are there, and also we opened up our training facility, which already has trained dozens of people to help the ministry expand. 8 Days of Hope has multiple arms of the ministry. The one arm that's growing the fastest is our rapid response arm. This year in March, 8 Days of Hope went to Alabama, where a deadly tornado hit multiple communities. After Alabama, 8 Days of Hope went to Nebraska and then Arkansas, both Fort Smith and Pine Bluff in Arkansas, after record-setting flooding. And then later in the year in September, 8 Days of Hope had to go to a community that we knew already, Beaumont, Texas. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of volunteers came from around the country to love and serve through our rapid response team. With our Northeast satellite now open in Buffalo for over a year, we wanted to touch that community. We served with 57 churches in July. We called it 8 Days of Hope Buffalo. Our hope and goal was simple. We wanted to help 100 families in need with free home repairs. But the volunteers showed up in waves, far exceeded our numbers. By the end of the 8 days, volunteers loved and served 375 families. It was a smashing success, and we look forward to doing that again. A couple years ago, we started an arm of the ministry called our distribution ministry. God blesses us through our relationships, truckloads of mattresses and furniture, appliances, flooring, cabinets. And we want to be a great conduit of what God sends our way to the local church, either following a disaster or because they see a need in their community. We have given over $2.5 million of free products, both out of Tupelo and Buffalo, New York. In 2019, 8 Days of Hope launched a new arm of the ministry. We call it our Safe House Construction Ministry. We come alongside other ministries that have an outreach to those in need who've been rescued from sex trafficking. Well, in October, we took our first step of faith. We went to Houston, Texas, and we partnered with Elijah Rising.
8 Days of Hope is providing a critical need for aftercare ministries. Not only that, but the work that 8 Days of Hope has done has been exponentially greater, more professional, more beautiful and excellent than anything that we ourselves could have imagined or accomplished on our own. So we are incredibly grateful for the work and the volunteers and the donated materials and everything that 8 Days of Hope has provided.
Our goal is simple. We believe God has called us that every month somewhere in the country, we serve an organization to help them expand their facilities at no charge. In 2020, Indianapolis, Indiana, Jackson, Tennessee, Tupelo, Mississippi, Buffalo, New York, and other cities are on our plans. Continue to pray for this arm of the ministry as we come alongside these great organizations. In early September, Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas. 8 Days of Hope has never left the United States to do any type of relief. But some of our partners from past trips reached out to us, and they offered free building materials, both windows and flooring. And then a mattress company was willing to give us mattresses to bring down here in the Bahamas where we're shooting today. This destruction is unbelievable. It mirrors what I saw on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi after Katrina. Because of your donations, your prayers, we were able to respond quickly. We donated over 500 water filtration systems, and we even dug a well at a local church so the whole community can get clean water. As you know, we're based in Tupelo, Mississippi. We have a Northeast satellite in Buffalo, New York. Tornadoes are a huge issue in the Midwest. After praying it through the last couple of years, we've communicated to you and to others. Our hope and goal was to open up a Midwest satellite in early 2020 in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, a community that we had served years ago after flooding. Our goal is March or April to have a facility there, have equipment, leaders, and a volunteer base that will grow. So both in Cedar Rapids, Buffalo, and even Tupelo, we can have 3 different sets of teams out loving and serving families after disasters with equipment, with leaders, and be able to respond even quicker because of where they're located. But we need your help. We need to go out and purchase over $200,000 of equipment, bobcats and bucket trucks because of the tornado work, another feeding truck so our feeding teams could be in multiple places at one time if called upon because of the disaster. Remember that national headquarters that we committed to? We wouldn't use one penny given to disasters for that building, but we need to furnish it now. We didn't want to spend any money from a disaster to furnish it, so we sat that building, for the most part, empty until the year-end ask for 2019. You can donate online on our website, 8daysofhope.com. Also on our website, you can become a monthly donor. Set up a gift to be given monthly, quarterly, or yearly. More than ever before, we ask for you to consider making a donation to 8 Days of Hope. Above all else, pray. God continues to open up doors for 8 Days of Hope, and we want to stay out of the way. We want Him to be the lead in front. We want to follow His lead and let Him be seen, not us. And that's why we work with local churches. Pray for the ministry of 8 Days of Hope as we expand into Cedar Rapids, as we expand the Safe House Construction Ministry. Volunteer. Consider volunteering. Come on a trip. It's free. We provide food and lodging. Lastly, donate. Pray, volunteer, donate. And thank you for your prayers. We felt them. We hope to see you on a future trip with 8 Days of Hope.